Well, hello everyone. I'm back. Said I wouldn't be on tonight, but I decided to get back on for a little bit. I'm just gonna do some groundwork, so it might be a little bit of a boring stream, but feel free to hop in. Just gonna do this field tonight and get back off. I'll show you the. To get back to the. Once I get to the end here, I'll show you the progress we made on corn harvest so far. All of our trucks are pretty well full. Still haven't done anything with beans yet, but we're really making progress on corn, so it's kind of good. Figured I'd get an early start on field work, working ground, plowing up the cornfields, meaning that next field that's going to be plowed will be course play, but it's going to take a while since it's such a big field. Pop some lights on so we can see better. I'll stop here quickly. I'll hop over and show you the if it saves. So we have these two trucks, I believe, are full. This one is almost full. I might hop in and fill this, but I mean, the grain cart doesn't even have anything in it either. But so far, let me go see. I'll turn on flight mode for you. Where are you at? Flight mode. Okay. So this is what we've gotten done so far. We've gotten done with this strip over here. Getting ready to start somewhat of the long rows. Working our way through here. We're averaging about 320 bushels to the acre throughout this field so far. We upgraded to a 16-row corn head. Still going about 8-ish miles an hour, harvesting through the field. But yeah, it's going a lot more efficient. Having my brother run grain cart, really gets us going. It keeps us moving. Put in the grain extension on the combine. I think you guys are here for the video. I don't remember if you were or not, but yeah, you were here for it. I forgot I live streamed up until the end, until we got off. I don't remember quite where I stopped live streaming, but I don't know if it was finishing this. I think I finished this section with starting here. I can't quite remember, but yeah, that's kind of the progress we made so far on wherever we ended. But I'm going to go back over to there you are. Continue doing the groundwork. Lower this, kind of do this curve a little bit. I need that one, don't I? So I don't know if I'll completely finish this tonight, but we'll see how that goes. Kind of talk about, since we really didn't get to talk about it very much, about FS22, kind of how that's going to go. So my plan is to do about an hour and a half, 2-hour stream on Tuesday. Once they get out of class, it'll probably start around. My brother gets off work at 5. It might be around like 7:30 when we throw up the stream. I might even record a video before that. I don't know 100% sure, but I know that FS22 is going to kind of be a popular thing to watch now that it just released on Tuesday. So hopefully this brings some viewers up by us recording or doing a live stream on it. But I mean, it's not going to drag too much traction. But if we can get more viewers, the more viewers we have, the higher increase we have for my channel to pop up on someone else's YouTube while they're just scrolling through their feed. But so yeah, we're skipping rows here. It's just gonna makes it easier for me to turn around. I'll probably, before we finish out the rest of the field and go back to what we skipped, I'll probably do 2 rounds around the outside just to kind of clean things up a little bit. So I don't have to worry about doing that at the end, even though it makes it more realistic, if you leave the end rows till the end when you're working ground. But so we're in the Steiger 470. using the Sunflower 20, I think it's 2730, 12 shanks, the parabolic shanks on it with the discs to help kind of cut through the ground a little bit. We're ripping this at an angle, that way we really break the stalks up and take them underneath. Because sometimes if you were to run with the way you planted, sometimes your ripper goes in between where the stalks are planted, and it doesn't necessarily rip the stalks up. The stalks kind of just go in clumps. If you go more at an angle, it's breaking the stalks up as you're going through it. So you're ripping the ground up, bringing that deep soil up, and putting this underneath, kind of fertilizing. It's kind of like, a lot of people don't like no-till. A lot of people don't till the ground. Some people do. It kind of just depends on farms. Sometimes if you no-till, you don't have the chance for that stuff to become, what do you want to say, the nitrogen base from the decaying plant base sometimes doesn't provide as much as what it would be if you were to rip it underground. It will decay underground, and then the fertilizer, the nitrogen will stay in the ground. It won't be lost because it's just sitting on top decaying. But I don't know, everybody has a little bit of no-till. We'll probably do light tillage over the bean stubble. I'll probably take the sunflower disc harrow over that, just to kind of work the ground up a little bit. Actually, yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do yet, because those will have to go to beans. Seeing that we put corn in these fields, I'm gonna try not to do corn on corn in any of the fields. Trying to keep a crop rotation going. I know we'll probably have to have some wheat next year. Maybe looking at buying a field, depending on how their sale of the crop sale goes, kind of what we make on crops this year. But we'll kind of see how that goes. But so yeah, I'm kind of going back to the plan for streaming. It'll probably be, we might do 2 days back to back for FS25, just because it'll only be like an hour and a half of stream. That's not a lot of content in that time, because we're just going to be learning how to play the game. So we might do 2 days in a row of FS25. I might try and pre-record some of these episodes just so they go out there and they're out. That way you guys don't miss this series. I don't think I'm going to step away fully from FS22. My brother might, but I know he's going to, once Giants Editor comes out, he's going to be hitting modding hard. So I don't think he'll necessarily be focused on playing the game as much as he'll be focused more on modding and getting stuff out for people who have downloaded before. And I mean, he thinks he doesn't have a lot of people, but I'm pretty sure he had Peterbilt Hauler that he converted for FS22. I think he had over 1,300 downloads on it, which I mean is a lot for someone who doesn't have that much of a following. So I mean, he started out with modding, just kind of doing logos on things, kind of get the hang of things on Giants Editor and stuff like that, and then he fully converted. I'm pretty sure the Peterbilt Hauler, I think, might be air free. Don't quote me on that though. It might have a few airs, but I know he spent a long time perfecting that mod. That mod's his baby, pretty much. I mean, he took months upon months on that. And I know towards the end, once he stopped converting stuff and kind of stopped dropping mods, he was taking requests from people and making edits for them. So I guess once he gets the hang of it, if you have any requests for mods that you might want converted, but they have to be public and you have to have permission for them to be changed, or they have to be your mods, he won't convert, change anything to someone's mod that they've released without their permission. He's got to have their permission first. And in order for you to have that happen, in order for him to do anything for you, change a mod, edit a mod, make it to your specifications, he wants to make sure that you have permission. He's not asking for permission. You need permission for the changes, and then he'll make them. But it'll probably come at a little bit of cost. I mean, he's putting his own personal time into it. And I mean, modding's not hard to get into. I'm starting to learn how to do it a little bit. I've kind of changed the scripts around for this map a little bit, increase the yield on for corn, because I'm pretty sure base game the yield off this field was like 223, and we weren't really pulling that much. And I kind of wanted a higher yield just because we're doing row crop, so the density is lower than what the normal cornfields on this game are. So since we're doing row crop, I figured that let's increase the yield a little bit. But that's how we got to 319 bushels to the acre, which I mean is outstanding corn in real life. I mean that's hard to get to an average on every field. So I mean it's somewhat unrealistic, but at the same time, I mean for the game and the aspects of how things work in the game, it doesn't really seem unrealistic to me. And in real life, I mean, if you were to get 319 an average on every single field, I mean, you're doing something right that year. You had a miracle year. I mean, you can't. I don't think you'll ever have a year like that again for decade, like another 10 years. I mean, those are once in a while types of years. So, and it kind of depends on weather as well. Door. I want to open the door. I wanted to turn the seat. There we go. So yeah, we're getting to the end of this field. Uh, Hopefully try and get this whole field done tonight. I don't know how much. I'm getting a little tired, but I'll try to push through a little bit and try to get another video out for you guys. Something different than planting and harvesting. I know harvesting usually gains most attraction. I'm not sure how it is. I mean, I find the harvesting videos the most intriguing. I don't know. I just watch on YouTube wise. I tend to look for harvesting videos, but sometimes people just like watching groundwork. I think during groundwork and planning time, it's more just about talking and interacting with your viewers and people. It gives you a lot of time to talk and reflect on plans. Just a peace time. I think harvest time is more ramped up and more communication. And if you're by yourself, I mean, it'd be hectic if I was by myself having to harvest this cornfield. I think it would have probably taken me about 5 hours to do this field by myself. Whereas I had my brother and off modding with me. I mean, it took us about an hour and a half, if that, to do the field. I mean, I opened the field up on the end rows, and that took me about 30 minutes to do that, just because of being full all the time, not having that grain cart driver to run and keep me moving. So, I mean, that took me a decent time to do that. So back at the shop, we got the case planter out doing monthly maintenance on it, or yearly maintenance on it, since planting season's over, getting it ready to store for the winter. We'll do the combine next after we get done with harvest season. Colin will, or my Knopf Mining will go through the semis and semi trailers at his shop, get all those ready for hauling corn and soybeans to the elevators and anything else that they might need to do. I know we're going to have to, at some point, get into the cattle part. Uh, Chopping corn, I think, is our biggest thing. I mean, silage. That's probably what we'll end up doing with the field next to the farm on the other side that has the beans in it. I think we'll probably end up chopping that whole field next year. I might have Knopf Modding keep the chopper running while I probably harvest beans, because I mean, beans don't have that high of a yield that I could just have a semi or two sitting with me at the field, and all I'd have to do is run them and empty them. I don't think I'd really need a grain cart. I mean, it slows me down a little bit, but at the same time, then we can have the chopper going and getting that cornfield done. But yeah, I'm not sure what field we'll be looking at buying. I know we kind of talked about off stream what field we wanted to purchase, kind of what we wanted to upgrade. I know we wanted to get a start on cattle. I know Knopf Mining's going to probably mainly focus on cattle once we get that going. He'll be the one taking care of them, just because he finds that intriguing and fun to do. So that'll be kind of. I mean, I'll still cover some videos on the cattle farming. I mean, I don't mind taking care of them. I kind of like hauling the manure apart. So I mean, and usually, I mean, we grew up around a hog farm, so hauling manure time was usually after you harvested wheat and harvested beans. So I mean, we'd have room to put the hog confinement on here. I just don't think we've done that once already on this map. I mean, it just takes so much with the hogs food wise. I mean, you have to put the feed mill down, make sure that's constantly supplied with corn. It can't be dried corn, so you're losing out on that. But I don't know. I'll kind of talk to him and see what he wants to do about if he wants to do anything about um, hogs. See if that kind of grabs his attention. Do cattle and hogs, we'd have a lot more manure to spread then, way more manure, less nitrogen than would be required by the corn planter. As long as we spread the manure in the fields that we plan on planting corn on, that'll really help us with the nitrogen aspect, fertilizer aspect. But it's like a lot of the farmers. I turn seasons off because for some reason the game doesn't like. I don't know. I don't think the growing seasons are correct for this map because our soybeans would have withered if I didn't turn it off. I don't know if it has something to do with row crop or not, but so I'm going to finish this corner up here, and then we'll go around the field and get the end rows done before we go back through and do the rest of the strips that I left from the field. I'm going to do probably a lot of out of cab stuff just for the edge of the field, just to make sure I don't miss anything. So I think we're going to be on tomorrow. Oh, probably around 1:30, 2 o'clock. Probably pop a stream on. We'll probably finish up corn harvest and then head into bean harvest then, and get the beans off that we have. I go down to the end. I'm gonna do a second end row headwind pass on this side, seeing that I left a lot more corn stalk. And then I'll mark my way around the back side of the field, around that way, and then come back this way, and then start down here. That'll be a good plan of attack, and then make my way across the field back towards the farm and finish up by the farm. And then I'll probably end up running this down to the field we're harvesting now, so it's down there. And that way, once we get towards the end of harvest, kind of get a course play set up and get the course play going while we're doing bean harvest. I need to get a second screen hooked up to my computer so I can see see if anyone's watching or have the YouTube stream up live so everybody comments. I don't know why the chat box isn't there. I don't know. I gotta kind of figure that out because I know I've been watching back my streams and the live chat box hasn't been there and comments are disabled. So I gotta figure out why comments are disabled on videos so you guys can comment back once you watch them. Let's go ahead and do this real quickly. Let's come back and do it then. I think I'm going to run into that problem quite a lot. Even these little patches here will drive me quite crazy. Hopefully I don't run into that all the time. Go up and down these until we get over to where we need to do our next headland so we don't have to kind of backtrack at all. Oh, I have a feeling I'm going to be doing that a lot. Oh, that's going to drive me crazy. Oh boy. I don't know why it's so dark. I guess it is a little cloudy and hazy, but for being what 1:04 in the afternoon and in the game, it's quite dark, quite hazy. We'll probably end up having to move beans into the next day, but just because of moisture at night, unless we decide it's smart to switch over to beans. I'll empty all the trucks, switch over to beans so we can do corn harvest at night. It might be a better idea because you can harvest corn at really any moisture that you want. It's not as hard to run through the combine. The corn shells off no matter what at a certain moisture, but when you're at night with beans, I mean, once you get certain moisture, the pods don't want to crack. It's hard to get those beans cleaned off in the combine. I mean, you're gonna have a dirty sample. Pods are gonna be everywhere. You're gonna have you're gonna have so much. It's just a mess. The stalks don't cut right. We leave those little bits there. We're gonna go over this field with the cultivator anyways with the 50-foot tiger mate. So I guess those will get worked up as long as we get the majority of the field plowed. It'll help our yield bonus. I think we're gonna have to probably end up spreading lime on this field before we cultivate all the rough plowed part under. But I think we're gonna wait till we'll let because the ground's pretty well frozen right now, getting ready to freeze. If we were to do any more work, I mean, it's going to be miserable. Pulling a cultivator, you won't get the finish that you want. So we'll let this ground freeze let the black dirt settle down a little bit. Let the new dirt kind of absorb some of the sunlight, moisture, kind of that stuff, some of the nitrogen. But might end up just finishing up the headlines and call it quits for the night. I'm getting quite tired and doing field work and way too asleep. I mean, really isn't that interesting to watch. It's something that really can be done off camera, but I figured I'd show you guys a little bit of kind of me working ground, just kind of talking, having a conversation without off modding being here. I mean, he's talking more about modding. We'll have conversations about modding. We'll probably talk about more modding on tomorrow afternoon. So, but I'm hoping to keep this streaming schedule kind of regular from now on. I kind of got away from it for a while. I really stopped playing Farming Simulator. I'm also like a sports guy, so I started playing a lot of college football 25 once that came out. I mean, with my buddies, we all just grinded that game. I mean, it's kind of slowed down a little bit now, kind of grown out of it, but yeah, I'm gonna try and at least get 5 out of the 7 days of the week something out for you guys, whether it's pre-recorded video, live stream for an hour and a half. Sorry. Excuse me. But so that's kind of the plan. Look forward in the future. But as we get excuse me, as we get further into in December, more mods should probably be coming out for FS22. So we'll be getting less FS22, more FS25, most likely recorded. It's like we'll have another round yet, and then we can do the headlands and call the stream good for the night, even though I've only been streaming for probably 35-ish minutes, I think. But still, just getting some content, some video out there. I mean, it's something. It's out there for someone to watch. If they really want to come watch me do all this field work and talk, but I doubt it. I'm mainly just live streaming again, just to kind of show that how active I am. Getting back into it after taking I don't know how many months off from streaming. I mean, I don't even know. It's probably been over a year since I last streamed. So we'll take this path back to the end, and then we'll do the end rows on the other end of the field, and then I'll take the tractor back to the actually no, I'll probably leave it in the field so I can, you know, set my GPS path again. So I don't lose that angle. It's not worth saving the GPS path. I'll just leave the tractor in the field, have it set up for next time we stream, or whenever I decide I want to finish the field up. But let's say if I really wanted to, I mean, the field would take me probably 20, 25 minutes to finish it up. And I've got over half of the field done, but I don't want to take any more time tonight just sitting here. Break off that GPS path, kind of finish this corner out here. Go back and get that piece we missed. Ooh, did not like that. Hop on this a little bit and then break off. Excuse me. Man, whatever I ate for dinner is making me burp. Man, this Ohio weather is just miserable. I got a stuffed up nose all the time. Allergy season. I mean, now the harvest season's kind of slowing down. I don't have to worry as much about allergies, but I mean, allergies are still bad at this time of year. Head colds, I mean, just like everything. Ohio weather sucks. Let's attack this end. Yeah, I'm really curious to see, like, you know, how this I cannot speak. This 470 Steiger has these floaters, LSWs on it. I kind of would like to see, like, how the ground deformation will occur, like when you get like floaters like this on a big tractor like this, how much of an impact it'll have on the ground. Kind of already done my own little part of end rows here, so that's at least good. Go ahead and pick up and turn around. See, like, yeah, an FS22, I'd be destroying, I'd be packing the ground again, driving over it like this with the big LSWs on here. But and the big grain cart tires, I mean, it's gonna be. I'm curious to see how it's gonna go. go and lock on this path, go down this path for a little bit, just so when I get back on, I have somewhat of a course I can set up to direction-wise. It'll be set up for me. I get up towards the end of the road here, just leave it at the end of the road, leave some of the corn stubble in front of me, act like something broke. Easiest way to start off the next video, fixing the shanks on the one of the disc wheels, something happened, just, you know, kind of make it seem somewhat realistic. That's kind of how, some of Farming Simulator YouTubers, I mean, I'm trying to stay somewhat realistic in this game, but at the same time, sometimes it's kind of hard to, just because of FOV and, you know, depth perception of the game is not easy to do, but it's not hard. So I think we'll stop here. We'll turn off GPS. I'll raise this up, but we'll turn it off here. Oop, better make sure I have my lights. I need to turn flight mode off. Turn the lights off. Make sure everything's off on the track. We'll hop over. Yada yada yada. You can save at any moment. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Divided by 2 is about 7.5 rounds left. And that's not a lot at all. I could knock that out if I really wanted to tonight. But like I said, I think it's just going to be time to call it. I'm going to go relax. Whoa. Where's my... There you are. But yeah, we'll go check on the grain dryer real quick. Well, yeah, I do need to show you the corn planter quickly that we got the John Deere. I don't know if, because I don't think it was in the last episode when we were planting, finishing up. I don't think I ever covered it, but we have the new John Deere 8R, the 410, with a, I think, 1775 NT. Yep, John Deere planter with the Patriot tank behind it, kind of giving the extra fertilizer. So, I mean, that's kind of nice. We'll have to be getting this John Deere 40-foot 740 with the Prairie Wind system on out for the bean harvest. But yeah, this was kind of our purchase. Kind of got rid of the bean planter that we're using that had row crop. Just kind of plant normal soybeans. Use that for that. We'll be using this sunflower 6631 to go back over. We'll go use this to go over the bean stubble. We'll use the Tiger Mate to go over the plowed area, since it's way bigger. It'll be easier to cover ground again, especially on the big field over there. So that'll be a plus. But I'll head back up to the house. That way we can kind of just, you know, start off, end where we started, or where the game makes us start. But looks like we should have quite a clear few days. So I'll turn that off. But office is, I think, up in here. Go to the office. But yeah. Okay. Alright. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. And then just kind of covering a little bit. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to figure out comment section and the chat and how to pull that up for future streams. But anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if I do figure out how to get the comment